let's just sew whatever. Recording this just in case it works. One of my bags has this slip pocket that I absolutely love. It's in between the handles, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to like recreate it. What I've done is cut out a 5" by 3" square from this panel, which is going to line up perfectly with my straps, and then I cut a 1/2" diagonal line on each piece. So I'm going to start with these sides here, and I'm using 1/2" double-sided tape to open this up evenly and hold it in place. You probably could use 1/4" wide and then just kind of line it up, but 1/2" wide means it's even on all sides. So this is going to leave me with a 6" by 3.5" opening, technically, hopefully. And then I will line up my strap connectors over where I've folded. So hopefully you'll see, and it will work. Okay, so folding that open. I want to make sure it's as straight as possible so that it looks decent. So there's little puckers, but I'm just kind of stretching it out. So that's what that looks like. You can see where I've folded. So it's kind of like an ID window, if you think about it. And then I'm going to fold over my waterproof canvas with 1/4" wide double-sided tape, just 1/2 of it at the moment. I lost the cardboard tube for that. So I'm going to fold this over so that there's no raw edge. And I'm going to lay that wrong sides together, centered over this pocket. Like that. And I'm just going to sew along the 6" fold line. I'm not going to go around the whole thing just yet. Yeah, well, no, I'm not going to. Just right here. So I'm just sewing those pieces together. Again, I haven't tried this. I'm just kind of hoping that it works, that I'm stopping again at that fold line. That way I have the edges of that pocket still open. So I did catch all my fabric, but I still have this open. So hopefully that's making sense. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I have this like placard piece of fabric so that it's the same print front and back here. So I'm just gonna sew this extra piece of waterproof canvas to it. Let's see. Actually, probably should have just cut this to 4 inches. I'll make a note. So I'm just gonna trim off the excess. Some excess, I'm not too worried about it. And I'm gonna sew those pieces together. Again, I'm only gonna sew, no, I can sew the whole thing. I'm gonna top stitch it though. All right, so then I can line up my waterproof canvas pieces and flip this around. And you can see that I'll have a nice looking pocket, and then I can stitch down the placard and just trim up the excess. But what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna flip this out, and you can see there's my excess seam allowance for that pocket. And I'm just gonna sew, starting at the waterproof canvas, back stitch, go across the bottom, come back around, and again, I'm folding the excess out of the way, and only sewing up to that waterproof canvas. Okay, so now here, I've got a nice slip pocket, and then I'm going to sew from these lines up. Obviously you don't want to sew across here because you're going to mess it up. So I'm going to start up here, go down, back stitch, line it up with there, and then sew right there. Or you can start at the bottom of the pocket, and this stitch line, you shouldn't be able to see it when you add your strap connectors over it, but depending on how you do it, you might see them. And then if you wanted to, you could fussy cut it so that you don't see any division of the print. I didn't really care about that, so I didn't do that. Hi.
That was nice. Nearly 2 miles.
Okay, hold on one second.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no, you're fine. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess, and my pocket is done. Other than like adding strap connectors or something over it, or you could just sew your straps directly on over that as well or something, but now you have a slip pocket that you can kind of hide.